Welcome back to Be the One podcast, and I'm really excited today to have two seniors with me who are accomplished athletes and who are in the midst, at least the beginning of their spring season, and excited to hear more about what they're doing and how their teams are doing. And Mercer and Josie, thank you so much for joining me today. Really happy to have you with.
Absolutely.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. So before we talk about sports, I want to hear about you all a little bit and learn a little bit about you all. I know you all a little bit, but not as well as I'd like to. So Josie, let's start with you. What's your Brookstone story?
So I have 4 sisters, and I have 2 older ones, and they both went to Brookstone, and they've graduated from Brookstone. So I came from St. Luke, and when I was having to pick a high school to go to, my parents just knew that Brookstone was the one. We did the tour, and we just fell in love with, the campus, how safe it was, and the classrooms, and just everything about it.
That's awesome. So you came in the 9th grade.
Yes.
Okay, and so was that hard? Was that a hard transition?
I would say they were pretty similar. It wasn't that hard. Mm-hmm. And Brookstone just made it easy. All the teachers, they were easy to help you. And
were you the COVID transition year? Was that? Did y'all do? Did y'all have the freshman retreat?
We did not have the freshman retreat. So that was
did
us,
not
yes.
have the freshman retreat. Okay. So are you jealous you didn't get to have that experience?
Kind of, but we went to Six Flags, and that was so much fun.
Good. That sounds like a pretty good trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes.
So 4 years now, as you reflect back on 4 years here, what are some highlights for you in terms of your upper school experience here?
I would say obviously winning the state championship for soccer and track, and just being able to meet new friends, and yeah.
That's awesome. And you do have a sister here with you.
Yes.
And so you all have made this journey together.
Yes.
And I assume you all talk about that from time to time. And if you all had similar parallel experiences?
Yes, we have the same friend group. We basically do everything together. So yeah.
But as you told me earlier, you're not going to be attending college together.
We are not.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Okay.
Get back to that. Mercer, what about you? What's your story?
Well, I started out in the pre-K, and I left in the 2nd grade because my dad moved offices downtown.
Oh, okay.
And so my middle sister and we transferred to St. Luke, and then all the way till 8th grade, and then came back freshman year because I missed it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good. And what about your sister? Did she graduate from here as well?
Yes, the oldest did.
Okay.
K through 12.
So you're one of 3?
1 of 3.
You have 2 older sisters. We've talked about this before. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And so your oldest sister graduated from Brookstone, and she went all the way through?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and your other sister?
CHS.
She graduated from CHS. Okay, that must have been a different experience.
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
Way
okay.
different.
So what drew you back?
Family. I mean, friends too.
Yeah.
Especially out of school, we always hang out with the Brookstone crowd, St. Luke guys.
Yeah.
That's how it's always been.
Yeah. Good.
Especially baseball and stuff.
Yeah. Baseball's a big part of that.
We had
sure.
a Cougars team in middle school. It was so fun.
Outside of school.
Outside of school, and it was St. Luke and Brookstone squad joined together.
Ah, cool.
Travel ball.
That's awesome. Did all your classmates come with you here from St. Luke? I mean, you two.
Most of them.
Yeah. Okay. So there was a big group that came over.
There was a big group of us from St. Luke who came.
Okay, that's great. And so it wasn't a difficult transition if you've got your friends with you, and you've already got friends here too, right?
Right.
And it didn't feel that big of a deal. So you didn't even need the freshman retreat.
I already felt like home.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
great. Awesome. Okay, so Mercer, you had a pretty successful fall sports season, and hopefully we're looking forward to the spring as well. Talk about your athletic experiences here at Brookstone since you've come back.
So, since I came back, football, that was a fun year, almost winning state, and then came up short to Bullock again. We had them both coming back. And then winning GIA Player of the Year this year was a big accomplishment.
Were you surprised?
I was pretty surprised.
Yeah.
And then, I'm looking forward to this season, trying to win another state championship for baseball. Yes, sir.
And I mean, you won last year, which was pretty awesome.
Right.
I remember watching I was coaching a little league practice, and I couldn't be there, but I remember watching it on Game Changer, and that was a pretty awesome moment, I'm sure, for you all. So how does that winning it last year? How does that impact your experiences heading into this season?
I mean, you had a lot of great guys like our first 5, you know, left to go to college, and you got to find those people to fill in the shoes, and that's what we're trying to do now. And I think we got our 5 guys.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Had a big win yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Against Lakeside. Why was that such a big win?
I mean, they're the only ones to beat us right now. So,
but I mean, assuming they're also
they're really good.
They're expected to be.
They have a
very
lot
good,
of transfers from really good schools. So they're going to be a good school this year.
Yeah.
Good
So
school.
who in the state of Georgia is expected to challenge you all?
I think FPD.
Okay.
That's who we're looking forward to.
Seems like they're always there, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. But that's who you beat last year in the state championship,
Yes, sir.
right? So that if all roads head in the same direction, you would expect to see them again in the state championship.
For sure.
Yeah, that's exciting. How are you playing right now? 6 games in the season? How far are we?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay, yeah.
2 triples.
Okay, there
I've
we
been
go.
walked a lot so far.
So you've been on base a lot.
Yes, sir.
That's great. I have not seen those triples. That's a good number to throw out there. Then
For sure.
That's awesome. Good. All right, Josie. You already mentioned 2 state championships last year, which I don't know how many folks I've ever met who've won 2 state championships in the same season, not to mention the same year. So, I mean, talk about your athletic journey through 9 through 12 here at Brookstone.
So I'd say starting out with soccer, just like our freshman year, we played our games at CSU, and it was so much fun. We actually made it to the Final Four, and that was like the first time in a long time that Brookstone soccer has made it there. And it was just so fun to have all your friends and all the students would come, and they got so loud, and it was just so motivating to be able to play. And they all even came to our Final Four game our freshman year.
That's awesome.
And then we made that again our sophomore, and we had people come as well. And then last year we even had people come all the way to Macon to come watch.
Crowd.
Yes, and that was so much fun, just being able to win and everyone be able to celebrate you.
And you all really are a big underdog.
We were
last year, right?
big underdogs. Yes,
Yeah.
no one thought we'd pull
So
through.
tell me, how'd you pull that off?
I don't know. We knew as a team that we could probably do it, and we just had to not listen to everyone else, and we just played our game and didn't worry about anything else, and so we just ended up pulling it through, and it was so fun.
And the final score, remind me what it was.
It was 2-0.
2-0. I was thinking
Yes.
2-1, but 2-0, right? So I mean, defensive was that y'all's strength last year? Defense.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
We scored. We have always had a tough time scoring, but we are pretty defense strong.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. That's great. And what about this year for soccer? Is it the same expectations?
Yes.
Yeah, and same makeup. I mean, you all are different. You graduated some talented players.
Yes, we graduated a lot of seniors last year.
Yeah. So so how do you fill those gaps?
We've gained a lot of freshmen, and we've just been working hard and going to try to make up for it.
Good. And who's your big competition?
FPD or Pacelli.
Yeah. But you beat Pacelli last year in the finals, correct?
We beat them in the finals,
Right.
but we lost in regular season.
Right. And what FPD, did you beat them? Did you play them last year?
We
at all?
played them to make it to the state championship.
Got it. So you beat
And that was a
did.
really tough game.
I remember that now. Their head was texting
Yes.
me during that game.
Yes.
I was like, okay, great. That's awesome. So your expectations are high again for soccer,
Yes.
but just a different. Are you having to carry more of the load in terms of leadership and
Yes,
so on?
for sure.
Yeah.
Making sure everyone has everyone's excited to play and we work together, and if someone makes a mistake, cheer them on, it's okay, we can keep going.
And you have definitive plans, I understand,
Yes.
to play soccer beyond high school, correct? Tell us about that.
So I'm committed to Swanee, and I'm really excited. It was a big decision for me because I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to or not, but I've just worked so hard at it for my whole entire life, and I knew that I needed to give it a chance.
That's awesome. That's exciting. Great school, great
Yes.
program. Yeah.
Really excited.
So Mercer, we'll get back to you eventually. Hold on, but we got to talk about track. So at the same time you were competing for a state championship in soccer, you were also on the track team,
Yes.
the girls track team that won its second in a row
Yes.
state championship. So what was that like?
That was also really fun. Everyone on the track team, we were all really close. We would always hang out together after the meets. We'd all go to dinner together. So we just had a really good connection. And during that state championship, we were all really close, and we just pushed through, and yeah.
came down to that final relay, which
Yes,
was
that
just,
final 4x4.
Yeah.
So much pressure.
That's awesome. Your events, remind us, your events are what?
The 4x1 and 4x4, and then occasionally like a 200 or maybe the open 400.
Got it. So how do you balance your time right now between the two sports?
So it's really difficult, especially since the games have started. But we usually have soccer games on, I would say, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then track meets or Wednesdays and Saturdays. So Monday we do 45 minutes at track and then 45 at soccer. And then we split, like Thursday I might go to track, or Friday I go to soccer, or vice versa.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Amazing, golly. Well, what are your expectations for track this year?
Hopefully to win at a state championship as well.
Yeah, you graduated
3 feet.
You graduated a pretty good one.
Yes,
So
we did.
Big shoes to fill.
Yes.
But if you guys feel good about it,
Yes, we do.
I'm so glad. That's awesome. Well, good. Well, thank you for sharing all that. All right, Mercer, we're going to come back to you. Okay, so I'm asking you about core values now. We have 7 core values, Mercer, and I know you could recite them in a second if I asked you to. But tell us what one of those or two resonate most with you or most meaningful to you.
I would probably say leadership, especially baseball coming around. The younger guys out there, they look up to you, especially being a star athlete out there. Especially Jack, too,
Certain bat boy.
That boy, always looking up to me.
Very much.
Yes, sir.
Very much, yeah.
I say leadership.
So tell me, what's the secret to being a great leader?
Telling them what to do, because not many, you coming in as a freshman, and all these kids don't know how to do warm ups and stuff. Older guys, let the younger ones know what to do.
What about the intangibles? Like, hey, how do you read that guy's pickoff move? I mean, what are things like that you've experienced? The things like that you can pass on to the younger guys as well.
Especially going into more and more games, they'll start to figure out, and I start to tell them, look, this is how this guy picks off, and is he looking one time? Is he looking 2 times? Can you get your read and steal?
That's important stuff.
You can tell them a lot of small stuff to
Yeah,
help them
that's great.
in the future. Yes,
That's
sir.
great. Thank you. Josie, what about you? Most meaningful core value?
I would also say leadership,
Okay.
just because you get to inspire others, and I'm in the applied leadership class here.
Oh, good.
And so we've been on a bunch of field trips and had a bunch of guest speakers, and it's just been really cool to hear people and how they lead, and it's been really interesting.
You had a particularly distinguished guest speaker on Monday, right? Your
yes.
distinguished alum, Dr. Guffey. Was he
Yes.
interesting?
He was really good, yes.
Yeah, what a story, huh? What he's done. I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy.
golly, yeah. So I'm glad you got to experience
Yes.
that. That's really cool. Awesome. Okay, Josie, we'll start with you on this one. Favorite place on campus?
I would probably say the garden. After lunch, maybe if it's a sunny day, us and our friends, we go sit on the artificial turf spot, and we just get to lay in the sun. It's so nice.
You're like cats on the warm
Yeah.
blanket. Yeah, that's awesome. It's a great spot out there.
Yes.
Yeah. Do people eat their lunch out there, or you go after you eat?
After we eat.
Yeah, okay, got it. That's awesome. All right, favorite place on campus, Mercer?
I would say Ilgis Gym. Brookstone basketball. I don't really get the student section in football, so
Yeah.
that's my time to shine.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good
Basketball
point.
student
Yeah, that's
section.
right. Yeah, and you don't get thrown out of any games, right?
You don't. No, sir.
Awesome. Okay, so can Mercer, we'll start with you on this one. Maybe share a specific moment where you were particularly proud to be part of the Brookstone community.
I would say coming in freshman year, football, first game, and Jack Schottenmeyer, he gets hurt, and I have to step up and never played safety before.
Wow.
And first play, the quarterback hands off the ball to the running back, comes to our sideline, and man, I just truck him.
Yeah.
And then all the seniors go crazy, all the coaches go crazy. I'm like, this is the place.
And the crowd probably starts chanting, "He's a freshman."
It was fun. Yes, sir.
Boy, that is a
That's when I
memorable
felt
moment.
at home, for sure.
Do you remember that?
It was a away game.
That was an away game. Okay,
It was
so
at
got
Brookwood.
it. Okay, so it wasn't a home game. All right, got it. What about you, Josie? What's a moment for you?
I would say for when we would host track, region, and state, all the students would come
Yeah.
down on breaks, and just seeing everyone lined on the fences just really felt like everyone was there for you and encouraging you. So probably
I love
that.
seeing Katie's mom's class
Yes.
out there.
Oh, yes. And all the
kindergarten
little
class.
kids, they would come too.
Yeah,
It was so fun.
that was really cool. That was a really cool moment. That's awesome. Okay, so this probably is a harder one for you because I know you don't want to leave people out. But tell us about who some of your favorite teachers and coaches have been since you've been here at Brookstone.
I would say probably Coach Davis and Coach Brown. They were track coaches, and then I have an AP stat class with Coach Davis,
nice.
and then physics with Coach Brown.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But they just always pushed me to do my best, and they always asked me, like, how my soccer game went, how I played. Like, they're always wanting to know what's happening, not just in school, but out of school, and always pushing me to be my best.
It's nice when you're able to connect with
Yes.
people on the field and off.
Yes.
It's really great. Mercer, how about you?
For a coach, I would say Coach Mathis. I've been with Coach Mathis since I was like 6 or 7.
Oh, wow.
And we've had that bond ever since.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So he coached you like Little League?
Like travel ball.
Oh, he coached
and then
travel.
like I would always do lessons with him and stuff.
Oh, got it. Okay. So he gets all the credit for that gorgeous swing, huh?
Yes, sir. Funny thing is, Coach Mathis, we didn't have like a spot to like hit lessons and stuff for the longest time. And we found this spot like behind a Piggly Wiggly. And it was we were stuck there for like 2 years. It was hilarious.
But it worked.
It was.
That's great. What about teacher?
Teacher would be Coach Brown. He always relates everything to physics, like your sports, everything you do. He's like, yes, that's physics. And he's the biggest supporter you could have.
I mean, especially as a baseball guy, that spin rates on balls and
Yes, sir.
carry and things like that. There's a lot of physics involved, right?
You'll never catch Coach Brown not smiling. It's awesome.
That's great. That's great. I appreciate that so much. All right, traditions. Let's start with you, Mercer. What's your favorite tradition here?
I would say the jug. Winning the jug. Brookstone Bocelli game. Football.
In 4 years, how many times have you won it?
What? 2?
2 out of 4. Okay,
I
that's not
think.
bad. Not bad.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but this year counted the most because senior year,
It was the best year.
get to keep the jug.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's a pretty memorable one.
It was.
Absolutely. Favorite tradition, Josie?
I would say probably homecoming week. My favorite is the Powder Puff game. We are the 3-time champs for that.
Okay. I didn't know
Yep.
that. That's awesome. Well, so next year you guys are both going to have to come back because next year, have you heard, homecoming week is the Bocelli game.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have not
here.
heard that.
Here.
Oh, wow.
So
You
Yeah,
guys
we'll
got to
have
come
to
back
come
for that. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, what's one thing that should never change about Brookstone?
I'd probably just say, like, how it's a community and all the things we do, like our advisory games or senior faculty and or the cookouts on the lawn, just like how we're always so close. And, yeah.
That's great. I appreciate that, especially when the weather's nice.
Yes.
What about you, Mercer?
I would say that too. You know, having lunch on the lawn out there. Not everyone gets to do that at other schools.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
And a lot of people don't have breaks during school and get outside, and we get to do that.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's a
Blessing.
big part of y'all's
Yes,
day.
sir.
I know it is. I appreciate that. Okay, so books. I don't know if y'all are big readers or not, but you've had to read something at some point. So, what's one book that maybe has had the biggest impact in your life?
I've been reading this book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins,
Oh, okay.
and it shows a lot of discipline in the book.
So, what's it about?
It's about this Navy SEAL, you know, his journey through like obesity, like when he was little and like as a young kid, didn't grow up with a father or mother and, you know, grew up with his grandparents and he had to overcome challenges.
Wow.
You know, Navy SEALs top tier up there. So
Wow. So that's inspirational to you?
inspirational, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's great. I'll have to check that one out. I don't know it. What about you, Josie?
I'm not a big reader either,
Okay.
but I would say probably the Make Your Bed book,
Yeah.
which was the summer assignment, I think maybe 2 years ago.
Yep.
But like my dad told me about it even before we
Yeah.
had to read it, and he's very particular on us making our bed. And so when we got to read it, it's just a bunch of life lessons out of that book that we can apply.
See how long that lasts in college.
Yes, even now.
Even now. Okay. So you shared a little bit about your resumes, but what's an off-resume skill or talent that you have or something you love doing that we might not know otherwise, Josie?
I love to be a part of Young Life and like going to campaigners every Monday since like freshman year, club on Thursdays, and all the trips we get to do. Like we got to go to Crooked Creek, which is out in Colorado, and it was just a fun week that we all got to spend together with like no phones and stuff. It's a really good time.
Does Swanee have a chapter?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah, you have to find out.
Yeah.
That's exciting. What about you, Mercer?
Something I love that's not on my resume.
Something you can do, a talent, a skill, or a passion you have that's wouldn't be listed on your resume.
I would say golf. I don't really get to play golf for this school, but if I had the chance to play golf for this school, I would love to.
Your dad's a golfer, right?
He is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you play with him?
I do. I mean, sometimes I can't.
As much as you can.
He's way too good for me.
Oh, okay.
joking.
So yeah, but you can't outdrive him?
I can.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can do. That's the only thing I can
That's
do.
a start. That's great. What a great sport. A lifetime sport. You'll play more of that as you get older, I'm sure. Okay, so I know you both have received a lot of praise in your life, but what's maybe the most memorable piece of praise or best praise you've ever gotten? Mercer, start with you.
Probably best praise. I say go back to GIA Player of the Year for football. That's a big praise.
Did you get a plaque, a trophy? What'd you get for that?
I got a plaque, or no, trophy.
Trophy, yeah. Is that sitting prominently somewhere?
It does.
Yeah.
Right on top of my shelf.
Good. That's exciting. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You may not have ever predicted that your freshman year, right?
No, sir.
Yeah. That's exciting. What about you, Josie?
I would say people always say me like I'm a very hard worker, and so that's shown. Like for freshman year, I was All-Region Player of the Year, and then sophomore and junior year, I was Best Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh,
so
wow.
probably those.
Two-time.
Yes.
Two-time Best Offensive Player of the
Yes.
Year. Wow. That's a lot of pressure this year.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to 100. I'm 10 away.
Yeah, okay.
100 goals.
100
yes.
goals, okay. 10 away. You feel like that's doable?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good.
We have a bunch more games left.
Good luck.
Thank
So
you.
how are y'all doing right now? Have y'all played two?
We have played 2 games, and Mercy ruled the first one,
Okay.
and then we played last night, and we won 4-1.
Oh, nice. So the 10 left it includes those first 2 games. So 10 remaining now.
I think so. Yes.
Okay. Boy, fingers crossed. That's exciting. I can't wait to see that. All right. So relaxing and recharging, Josie. How do you do that? How do you fill your tank back up when you're on empty?
I'd probably say hang out with my friends at like the lake or something like that.
That's a good one.
Yes.
You water ski?
Wake surf.
Wake surf. Yeah. See, I'm old. I'm like an old guy. All I do is water ski. I don't even know what
I've
that
done it
stuff
before,
is.
and I've ate it many times.
Yeah. It's harder than wakeboarding, I'm
hard.
sure. Mercer, what about you?
I would say the lake, or I like going up to Callaway Gardens.
Oh, nice.
And, walking my dog up there.
You do that frequently?
I do.
Yeah?
Actually, yes,
Cool.
sir.
So do you walk the trails? What do you...
I do walk the trails.
Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't know that. I mean, that seems like a long way away, but maybe it's not.
That's close to my house.
Okay. So you live north. Okay. Got it. Okay. Terrific. Okay. So final question. What are your hopes and dreams? What are your hopes and dreams for Brookstone School?
I would say that everyone can just have the same good experience that I got, and taking advantage of all the resources Brookstone gives, like especially with preparing for college. The essay writing course to just help you get that essay, and making sure that, like Miss Berry always makes sure we have our things turned in on time, and always helping us to find all the scholarship things. So just making sure you use everything that Brookstone offers.
Yeah, that's a great one. Thank you. Mercer, what about you?
I would say carry on the freshman retreat, all the retreats they have, because not many schools get to do that.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yes, sir.
Well, really grateful for both of you being with me today. I'm so proud of what you all both accomplished, and you still have a lot. You still have 2 more seasons to go,
Yes,
and still have a lot left to do. And I know there's unfinished business in some regards for you all. But wish you luck in baseball and the quest for a back-to-back state championship, and in soccer and track for a 3-peat and a back-to-back, and the quest for your personal goal of 100 goals.
Yes,
That's really
thank you.
exciting.
And thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank
And Mercer, is any statistical goal that you're aiming for?
I'm looking for college right now.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
looking for
every other weekend.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. We wish you luck there too.
Thank
I
you.
know whoever gets you is going to be really lucky.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Swanee's very lucky to have you,
Thank
Josie.
you.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for being with us, and thank you again for joining us for Be the One podcast. We just have such a tremendous group of kids here on our campus, and two fine examples here with me today. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.